the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up!
Mute. There we go. What's up, everybody? It's me, Len. Coming at you. It's been a while, but here I am. How's my audio, everyone? I don't know if anyone's been messing with this since the last time I was on. We're good. Yeah, my intro's intense. I like that. I found it. I just did the Google thing for safe music to play, or it came from somewhere. And Tomas, what's up? I got my tea because I don't want to have a random coughing fit. Facebook user that needs the name of that intro song, you're a Facebook user. Go to StreamYard on Facebook and allow it to show comments. Oh, there's Curtis with the link. Quickie Curtis with the link. Boom, boom. So there it is. Follow that link and go and use it, and you will be allowed to let me know who you are or hop on over to YouTube. If I'm a little out of it, folks, there's a reason. This is it. This is me back. I'm good though. I'm good. I'm on the upswing. Huge upswing. Who's with me here? Let's see. I got I know Purple Gang. I know Van. You guys were here in the beginning. David, my buddy David. What's up, man? There he is. Just talking to you. What was that this morning? And I did what I said. That's all going. And something else too. Wholesome Warlock is here. Facebook user. Jacob Farna, hello. Tomas, what's up, brother? Give your kid a hug for me. Mike Morales, hello, my friend. Kirby Smith, enjoying a little wing beneath my wings. Yeah, that's music for my age, man. Terrence St. John is here. Now Jordan's here as someone else, as him. Curtis, my man, is here. Curtis, why do you have a little wrench next to you? What does that mean? What does a wrench next to you mean? That's interesting. Does that mean you're like an engineer for StreamYard? I want to be an engineer. Kirby Smith. Hello, buddy. Amber. What's up, Amber? There's my friend Amber's here. Kent Poole collects. Hey, Ken, what's up? Billy Beige, I was talking to you. You were here. Zombie, I was talking to you too. Everyone I was just talking to is here. Everyone get to work. Jonathan, what's up, brother? Oh, snooch to the booch. There he is. I hope he got to see what he might get to see. Let's see. Matthew Van Fossen is here. He needs to put in an order or go to MesquiCon. My suggestion is go to MesquiCon or place an order. If you're going to place an order, I got good news for you because there's good stuff coming up on that front. But stuff's always better when you're social. It's always better when you go to a con. It's always better when you see people. And there's going to be a lot more than Wolfgang Customs at MesquiCon. There's going to be some awesome stuff. But we'll talk about that later too. Yeah, Curtis just showed me a picture. There's a man in standing knee deep in his living room and a huge pile of dirt next to him. It's quite lovely. I can't imagine the nightmare that it is. Hey, what's up? Carver Customs is here. Also going to be at MesquiCon. It's another reason you should go there, Van Fossen. There's my buddy, Jesse. Hope you're feeling better today, my friend. The wonderful Ed's nice. Ed, what is up, my friend? Justin, what's up? You're going to MesquiCon, right? All right, folks. So if you did not see earlier, I have an itinerary. If you don't like it, this is your excuse to leave. No, Jesse changed. Now he's just shelf it again. You guys are always flipping who you are. It's hilarious. I love it. Justin is going to MesquiCon. I don't know if he's going to have his backpack with goodies in it. Hopefully not, because it's a one dayer. Maybe Friday night. Excuse me while I drink my tea. Talk amongst yourselves. I hope I'm not too snotty. If I sound gross, let me know. I'll push the microphone away and just try to be louder. My basic itinerary is me starting off with telling you that I am a baby because I got sick. I got really freaking sick after MuskeCon. Ugh, see, I didn't even say it right. After ZoloCon. I don't know what the hell hit me. Um, this face, come on, I want to know who you are if you're going to say stuff like that. Whoever you are, you're far snottier. And I want to know who you are. Tell us who you are so at least we know that. Because I think, oh no, there's another Facebook user that's telling me, hey, Len. So Curtis put the link higher up that you have to follow to go, and it'll allow you to be known on Facebook. Oh no, Amber, really? See, I didn't know that. This is the first person I. So did he get sick after the show? Um, I think that like everyone thought maybe, oh, that's Joe. Oh, fucking, is Joe sick? Joe, you motherfucker, are you sick? You just didn't tell anyone? I see how it is. So I don't know what the hell happened. I was good for the show. Got through it. Stressful. It's tiring. It's a tiring show. It's a tiring week building up to the show. After the show was over, I got back on Monday or I got back on Sunday night. I just did what you do, crashed. Um, Monday I had to work. Like I had stuff I had to do. Um, Anthony's saying it's Mark's fault. Is it Mark's fault or his little kid's fault? Because I saw that that little angel is sick, which makes me very bummed out. Um, so uh, I expected the normal con crud thing, which is it's usually because you're like in a closed room environment with like central ventilating systems that are really old and just so many people. Like it happens. Like it's something you usually shake. Um, it hit me. I kind of felt it Monday, but it's like a mix of that like exhaustion, crud. But I had work to do. I had to start doing like I was adulting that day. Um, so I was adulting all day Monday, which meant I was working on tax stuff, and I was at the computer. I got a lot of it done. I wasn't feeling horrible. It was really just whatever. Con crud. Excuse me. See? So Tuesday, I didn't feel right. I was like, oh crap, I think I got a cold. Like, let's just hope it's not the big C, the bigger C, the C word. I was like shit because if it is, then my wife is gonna be like pissed because it's like, oh man, you had to do that show and you had to bring it home. She was starting to get sick too, and then by Wednesday I was like sick. I was like, uh oh, now I'm sick, and it was like that solid congestion where it was not moving anywhere. Um, Thanks for sharing the link again, Curtis. Curtis sharing the link again for everyone so you know who you are. Um, so by Wednesday, I was like, okay, it's sick. Like we got a cold, we got something. I think I tested on Thursday, and I didn't have the you know the COVID. I was negative. My wife tested also on Thursday, and she was negative. And then Friday, Saturday, it was just like it got worse. It wasn't horrible. I didn't feel great. It was bad. It was just like congestion. And then by Monday, it was pretty bad. Like I was like, holy shit. Like I can usually work through any illness. And I'm not saying that because I'm like a big alpha tough guy, but I'm usually pretty good at like getting through stuff. But man, I could not. It shot me. I was shot, and it wasn't like it was just like a dry, unproductive cough, like just bad. And my wife actually went to the doctor to have like the real testing done, and she came up negative flu, negative COVID, negative whatever that HHR, that new one is. And it was apparently it's just a really bad cold, like extremely, extremely bad cold. Curtis, why do you have a wrench next to your name? I'm so jealous. I want a wrench. So yeah, and that was that. So Monday I was pretty knocked out. I set my like mark as being Wednesday. I was like, well, if this is still like this on Wednesday, then that means that it's time to go to the doctor and make sure everything's all right. But Wednesday I felt better. Like I had a pretty rough night Thursday, and hurt in a car called HHR. No, I think isn't the HHR, isn't that an actual car? YouTube made Curtis a chat admin. What the hell does that mean? Wow, what do you got to do to earn that? Yeah, it is inevitable. Damn, Curtis, I'm impressed. Wow. So what does that mean? You can erase people's comments? Yeah, Anthony, that's it. RSV. So it was negative on all that, and I gotta pause the. Hold on. I'm back. So yeah, anyway, that's what's up. Now I'm feeling a little better, not 100%. Now it's kind of odd because yesterday and today it feels like a normal cold, just like straight up normal cold. Amber, is that like what you guys experienced? I'm just curious because I talked to a lot of people that went to the show and I didn't see anyone else was sick. I know Mark's daughter who is a sweetheart and was helping us actually on Sunday and she was like behind the counter doing some packaging. I know he said she was very sick, like he had to take her to the ER. I know it's stuff going around, not a good time of year, but I was just like, as always, you get like curious of what the heck it is. So that's exactly how Ryan I felt, and now, yeah. So it sounds like you guys had the same cycle of it. So I'm not saying, believe me, I'm not saying you gave it to me, but it's weird, right? Like it's just an odd, whatever the hell it is. Hopefully I shake it. And I feel better, like I said. So we'll see what happens. But that's why I've been on the down low. I've been, as far as Wolf King goes, I had a huge special order that's involved for MesquiCon that needed to get done by this weekend, and pretty much had to put all efforts into getting that done. And I did, and that's what I was able to do. Still processing it, but that's good. So that's going to be ready for that show. Um, yeah, and that's what's up. That's what I'm talking about. So let me go back to my little graphic here. So I'm a baby. Okay, so let's move on to Zolocon. And I'm sorry if this is repetition, but I didn't really get a chance to talk about it that much. If anyone wants to chime in or give their feels or give their impressions, because sometimes it takes a little while to process. Sometimes when we have feelings, it takes us longer to process them. We might not feel what we feel right away in the height of the event, but after the event, we might have different feels. And it's always good to get those feels out and talk about things that happened and things that we feel. So let's do that. Hey, Dusty, what's up? Another guy that's going to be at MesquiCon. Always, man. I'll always shout out everyone that's going to be there that I know. And if I miss anyone, don't feel bad. Just contact me and say, hey, man, I'm going to be there. Tell me who you are. Tell me what's going on. Um, so, MesquiCon, I made a little slideshow to show some pictures that I stole off the internet because I didn't get any pictures of my own. Thank you, Purple Gang Gang, for letting me steal your pictures. Mainly Jordan. Um, John is saying Zolocon was so much fun. It was really great to just hang out with everyone all weekend. Nothing better. I agree. Zolocon is, these smaller shows are a different vibe than Legion's Con. Like, Legion's Con's fucking awesome. We all know it. We all have to not deny it. But sometimes these smaller shows are just as fun because you really get a little more intimate time with everyone. Everyone's not running around like a maniac trying to like handle business, and you can really like be a little more one on one. I know that's how like I feel with a lot of them. I was a little stressed on this one, and I'll get into that. And I have apologies to make to everyone because I was not myself for this show. But let's go on. Let's talk about it. I have some pictures here, some things. I threw this baby together. This is gonna be the most impressive slide that you've ever seen. So just be prepared. Hold on, tea time. Okay. So here we are. This is Olocon. This would be like the setup and what was happening during setup. Um, I messed up somehow, some way, and I thought that so they had this preview thing, and it was very odd to me because I know that PowerCon had a preview, and the PowerCon preview, from what I understood, was an actual like opening. So it was like a time was given for Friday in Ohio to be there, and you get to go there on Friday. It was like the show being open a little earlier. Excuse me. So for PowerCon, that was like say 6 to 9 or 6 to 10, and you would show up with your like ticket and get in, and you could shop. And vendors knew that, and they would be ready, and that's the way it worked. Well, Zolo was a little odd in that it had they were calling it a vendor setup preview for MVP ticket holders. Well, almost every mythic person is an MVP ticket holder because they wanted to get Skullman, so everyone was showing up Friday. I didn't learn this was going on until like Wednesday when I think when Jonathan sent me a screenshot and was like, "What is it? Why is it called this?" And I'm like, "What the hell?" And I also didn't realize that it was from 4 to 7 and not 6 to 9 because I still swear upon my grave, which could be sooner than later. Let's hope not. Excuse me. That I had read previously, like months before, that it was 6 to 9. Well, apparently that wasn't the case. So I was really messed up as of Wednesday. Hold on. Might have already done too much talking here. Um, oh, Curtis is like, now they're waist deep in his hole. That's rough. Um, oh, David, what are they going for on eBay? Are they going crazy? Let me know. Let us all know. I'm just curious what you're seeing. So, excuse me. So, anyway, I was all befuddled and I was already like my game plan for packing and everything because that changes things. Um, I was already planning mentally that to be there at noon. Um, Being there at noon would have meant me leaving the house at like 11 because it's only an hour away. And that means I could easily pack the van up to the gills on that morning. But with a 4 o'clock setup, or not setup, but a 4 o'clock like being ready by, that means like I should have left at like 9 to get there at the earliest you can get there, which was only 10. So I would have packed the van like the night before, but meaning like a domino effect backwards, that does not happen because everything was not ready to be in boxes and it was just a nightmare. I wasn't in a good spot. By the time I got there, this picture up in the corner is everyone waiting for me. They all went to the pub and they're just like hanging out because I have everything. Like no one can go in there and start setting up without me because I have all the stuff. So they were like, had a nice lunch and that's good. But I did get there and we started doing the setup, and you can see this awesome time lapse that Nate made that kind of shows you this isn't the whole thing. This was only like half of it. He set his phone up on the step to do this cool time lapse, and I thought it was pretty cool. And it kind of shows you like what it takes to get everything set up. Compound that by the fact that like we were doing a very new setup that kind of like the way everything was presented at the table and sold at the table was not what we've always done before. So that made a huge difference. It had to be set up a very certain way, and it kind of got rough. So what happened was by 4, I was not ready. I did not have the POS out. In the old days, or like some people do, you just kind of work out of your pocket, like the gas station attendant, which is a New Jersey thing. But I have moved on to that because I like tracking inventories and taking credit cards and having records of transactions and all that type of good stuff. And I have an actual POS system, and it was not ready yet. Like Jesse was helping me with it, and we didn't have the drawer set up. The till for the drawer was still buried. We have a really bad spot there. I don't know if you can see it in this video, but it's hey, what's up? Someone called me Lenny Boy, but I don't know who you are because you're still Facebook user. So there's like these giant steps behind us, and these steps like take up all that space behind us. And a lot of our stuff like kept piling up in the back there as we couldn't had to discard it, like between coats to like stuff we bought at the show. But it's very hard to organize because of that. So hey, there's another Facebook user. What's up, man? Shout out, let me know who you are, or switch over to YouTube, or scroll up. Curtis shared the link of Curtis shared the link. Oh, Steven, I should have known because that's what he calls me. There's not too many people in the world. I told Steph this on Jeremy's show on Wednesday because she calls me Lenny, and there's not a lot of people that call me Lenny, and I know Steve is one of them, so I should have realized that. For the record, I am Len. I always like that because my father's name is Lenny. Oh, CB, what's up, buddy? Miss you, man. It's great to see your interviews the other day. I know that everything's going well with you and that you're getting better. Talking Zolo, things you might have missed. Sad that you missed them, but based on the fact that we got myself, I'm on the day 10 of sick, and other people are too. It's probably better that you didn't even think about going, because I have to say, I don't know if you just tuned in, but this is like the sickest that I've ever been in years. And it's been 10, I'm on day 10, and it's better, but I'm still not 100%. That's why I have my tea. It's like a cold, but it's like a super cold. And it knocked me on my ass. Yeah, Steven also is on his 5th week of being sick, and his symptoms are oddly exactly the same. So yeah, it's CB. It's good. It's a good thing that you could enjoy ZoloCon from afar this year, even though we missed the heck out of you. It was quite the event. So yeah, the Friday thing messed me up, and I was a little grumpy. I wasn't ready. Anyone that knows that can say that. Amber, you could tell me that. Purple Gang guys, you could tell me that. I was out of my wits because I was not ready. People were coming up trying to give me money, and I couldn't take it because the machines weren't up. I had to like be as polite as possible to tell people like, look, you're just gonna have to come back tomorrow. There were a lot of vendors that were not ready because they were just setting up. Like this was being advertised as a preview of vendor setup and not like preview sale. I would love to have been ready to rock at 4, but it just wasn't going to happen. So sorry again. Hey Mark, what's up, man? Hope my number one employee's feeling better. So yeah, it threw me off, and I got to be honest with you guys, it threw me off for the whole weekend. I apologize again greatly for that, but we'll move on from that. Some of the displays of some of the things that you could see there. This is stuff that Jesse had, We had the bamboo shelving set up as we usually do with like a lot of different people's customs. I kind of just tucked Skull Man up here in the corner so we can remind everyone of his awesomeness. David, I'm seeing that you're saying 120 on eBay. I would give that time because you know that even once you get closer to the actual release, by the Horsemen of the standard version, that this show one will probably drop. There's going to be the standard release. Of course, we don't know like when that's going to be. Obviously, they just did an ISS, so it's not going to be in an ISS soon. But I would be patient on it, or just throw out some trades because someone might have one for you. I thought I got enough, but I should have gotten more because a lot of people contacted me either during or the day before, and they went pretty quick. But you could, at any point in the show, you could have went to that table and got them from Mike. So they weren't like sold out immediately. They were pretty available. Amber, you can correct me on that because you guys were like actually out in the show more than I was. But they were there. They had them. Mike's family was there selling them at his booth, like extras. And then if you had them like pre-bought, you easily were able to go and pick them up. And I played around in the lobby on I think it was either Friday or Saturday with little G's, and because he had it open, and it's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous figure. There was some naysaying about it because people that don't know like the Remco knockoffs or Skullman or what he is, they were like, what the hell? This thing's weird. It's got like strange colors. What's up with his boots? He's awesome. Like once you got him in hand, I have a friend that was a little bit of a naysayer, and he's pretty deep into Legions. And when he opened them, he was like, oh, he's like, this guy's awesome. Like I never heard of Skullman before, but he's pretty good. Yeah, Cookie liked them. Let's put it like that. Amber saying that they were available for most of the weekend. Yeah, I don't think there was a point when you couldn't get. Maybe on Sunday, like mid, like they were gone. Yeah, that's right. I think they were restricting quantities to make them. Yeah, I think in the beginning he was more open about multiple buys, but then he did put a restriction on quantities. I think he got a little desperate on it. There's G. What's up, buddy? So yeah, and a lot of people. Thank you so much, everyone that says despite all the craziness of Friday, the booth still came out good. I appreciate that. It's the team. It's a team effort. A lot of people helped me. When I don't have that many people to help me, the booth shows it like it's more of like just a standard selling booth and not as much like extravagant like show of customs and artistry. So it was really it's really wonderful that so many people helped me to make it look good, and so many people wanted to help me. Like I can't even I want to talk directly on this one. I can't even express how thankful I am that the community has so many amazing people that want to reach out and help. On Friday, like everyone was like, "What can I do? Can I help you? What could I do?" And I appreciate it, and I hope that I was not rude to anyone because this setup requires like a certain like way of order of operation of doing things, and sometimes it's hard to like delegate that to people. There were a few people that I said, yeah, you know what you could do this, but sometimes it gets really hard, so I always appreciate like the help that everyone wants to give us, and that goes right from even like bringing stuff in from the vehicle, like just like loading in the proper order is important to get things into the building because it's like where's the first what's the first thing that has to be done. You got to put out tablecloths, so like where are they? I need to know like where are the tablecloths. I don't know if it's so much a control freak thing, but like I just have this order in my head, and I really appreciate the heck out of everyone that offered help. And I'm sorry if I offended anyone that wanted to help. But that being said, ooh, wrong button. Here's just some pictures that I found around Jesse enjoying his goat. He had the amazing dancing goat that I don't know if it was a gift or what the heck it was, but that was the highlight of the weekend at the table. It would dance around, and he just loved it. Like this, Jesse, it made him laugh every time. Getting to meet Sherman Burger. He is well known from the Four Horsemen O'Clock show, and Sherman Berger is the man. I am so glad this guy came out because sometimes, like, there's people that you see on these lives or you talk to. I'm going to assume that this is John. What's up, buddy? How are you, man? Glad to see you here. I'm going to assume, like, there's a lot of people in watching me now that I know or like we kind of like know each other. A lot of people that were at the show. But you see a guy like Sherman Burger, and you see his name come up, and they say his name, and Chris will be like, Sherman Burger. And it means something because the guy's always there. But getting to meet him in real life was like awesome because then you get to know him, and he's awesome. Like, he was a super sweetheart guy, really cool. Um, Enjoyed the time I got to spend with him. It was awesome. He had his Sherman Burger shirt. And that's the type of thing that I think makes an event like that really important because then you know who that person is. I always said from the very first Legions Con that we ever did, the one in the little tiny one that was tied on to Toy Con, we need name tags. Like name tags, something that says who you are. Some people don't want it. That's fine. If you want to be anonymous, that's no problem. But the way you can really get like people to know you and like become part of the community is like have something that says who you are. Introduce yourself. Walk up and say, you have no idea how many times like people I will like meet them at the booth like at multiple shows and I don't really know who they are because they don't say it. And then like at one point they'll say like who they are and I'll be like, "Oh, I know you. Like of course I know you. You're on the show or I always see you on Jeremy's show or I see your orders come through and I pack them. Like you need to say like who you are." Yeah, Sherman Burger is awesome. Yeah, name tags would be amazing. My goal I really want to have some custom printed ones, I think, for Legions Con this year, like where it has the Cabal logo. So it's something like after the show you can put up on the wall or put in your little memory thing. My only catch is that, like, everyone wants to be a comedian, and I don't think that always works. Like, don't put name on it. Don't put like Dick Bobber or like just like if you have a funny name like Sherman Burger, that's cool. But like you know, I think that a lot of people try to be funny and it might like not work. You can disagree in the chat. Let me know what you think about that. But one of my goals definitely is to get something like that happening for Legions Con itself, like a safe fabric safe removable type of decal that can go onto garments because I think that's important. Highlight of the show were Purple Gang Gang. These guys were freaking aces, and they really brought a huge amount of like fun and lightness to the event. Everyone loved them, not even just like Legions people, but like everyone in the whole venue were like loving them. And I think the absolute highlight for me was Sunday out of nowhere hearing Van on the microphone, on the mean PA microphone for the venue, like talking. Because I knew it was going to happen. I'm like, he's going to get on microphone. Kristen, who runs the event with Mike, she's like more of the operations type of manager. Really loved them. Like, she's just like, you guys are the best. And I don't know how, but they convinced her to give her to Mike, and hijinks ensued. It was absolutely phenomenal. John is saying Curtis Name Tag needs to list all his wonderful shows. That's true. That was just awesome. The booth in general, some of the little weird things. So earlier I was talking about the new setup, and basically what that new setup is up in the upper left-hand corner, you can see that we had head racks with one head of each item we had behind the counter in drawers. So you had to pull the drawer open. No, we had the drawers. You would basically look at the head and say, oh, I want this head or I want this head. And you would let us know, and Jesse or Patrick or I would go into the drawers, pull it out for you, put it on the table. You could get a look at it. It seemed to work well. The only little drawback was the naming. Like, people didn't know what to call stuff, and I call stuff whatever I want. So we have to kind of work. Hey, Kevin Boots is here. So we had to kind of work on that maybe a little. Sometimes people were just taking them off and showing us. That's something we're going to work out. I had this, you can't see it because it's in full light, but hey, what's up, Eric? No, a painting wizard is never late. He is always on time. So I had a head rack that I had wired with LED lights. And so the tip of each of the Nerf dart like area had an LED because I had a bunch of heads that were done in a translucent resin. And David, the David Williams painted some amazing heads with it where he left parts purposely not painted to let the resin show, like the visors on the Walt Tour heads here. And I was like, I really need to show this, that what can be done with these. I need to light up a head rack. So I lit up the head rack and it worked really well. And the plan was not for me to do it on the strobe lighting, but everyone was like, no, use the strobe lighting. So it was like Christmas lights. It was pretty cool. It looked neat. It was the only shelf we didn't have a top light on. And I think it like had a really cool look. Somewhere there's got to be footage of it actually lit up. Excuse me, I had to hit the T. It was fun. I think it gave people a lot. So like I know Anthony took one of these the dwarfs and he painted it like that next week, where he like a Duger, and like he just didn't paint the rock stone parts, and it comes through really well. I know Jesse did one. It's a really cool technique, and I think that this little like light 'em up system worked really well to show that to people. I also had one shelf that was set up with a 25-watt black light that we used. And that was a lot of fun because a lot of the stuff, a lot of Nate Armstrong stuff that we had on that shelf, he did with UV, purposely with UV reactive lighting, paint, I'm sorry. And it really like popped a lot of it. It was really cool. And then a pleasant surprise was that Chris from D13, and well, more so from Four Horsemen, but his side hustle is the D13 thing. He had the demons, and he had the limited run of the like sherbet colored ones, and he brought one over just to see what would happen, and as you could tell, it just exploded under the UV light. So that was really cool. Especially I think that's the Toy Bro one that was more orange. And those were mine. I was like, well, give me the ones I'm getting and I'll put them out. And we did, and they were like, they're insane under the black light. And I think we also did a 14-watt one in the front shelving where I had the full Poxis wave set up, and it really exploded the what's his name? Arazazazazar. The green ogre demon. His like tribalish paint is very UV reactive, and with just a 14-watt LED, it was like, and people were like, "Holy crap! Like that's awesome!" So that was fun. This is also from that front rack, and Jeremy had brought from Rhode Island some of his customs to show, and he had the new Kitsune in space, the Cosmic Kitsune, that he did in 3 different styles. And I had asked him just to bring some pop and swaps, like like this Bodrick here, like bring some stuff so people can see that they can go to the Horseman table and buy stuff, and they don't have to be able to paint. They can just do some popping and a swapping and have fun. So we always like to do that. That's important in these shows. And he had a lot of fun stuff on the front end, and that was good. Excuse me, fellas. These are just some pictures that people might not have seen. We had a nice dinner on Saturday at Hibachi, and Nate proved himself to be the number one grabber of food in the mouth when they did that thing, and I was the worst one, unfortunately. I missed it all. I had a lot of fruit. I got a lot of vegetables thrown in my face, and I did not catch a single one of them. It kind of sucked. Patrick, we see him here with 2 wieners behind the stage. There's a group picture of all of us, everyone that helped out at the booth, which was amazing. This was like the provisions going into it, fueled by Liquid Death peanuts and orange slices. And if you saw, Purple Gang Gang had an awesome shirt that they were giving away to certain fans at the show, and I had the privilege of making that for them, so that was awesome. Going back, I don't know if CB's still here, but when I was looking for Zolocon pictures, I found this oldie but goodie. This is like one of the oldest like Legions related things I could find as Zolocon. I believe that there was definitely a Zolo the year prior to this. So there was a 2018 Zolo because I was there, and when I was there, I was just trying to sell toys that I had from like that McFarlane like late 90s era that I was like in my parents' basement that I needed to get rid of. And I remember being there for 2018. They were definitely there because I remember they were across from me and they had like one table. And I remember being like, what's everyone all like lined up for, like for that? Because, there were people going there and it was cool, but like I was just there to get rid of toys. But then that's one of the things that led me into like getting back into the life and going for more. So the next year, 2019, I went as a fan. Like I didn't have a booth, and that was the first time that I ever went, and it was this one. It was the one here. We see that CB made a post on February 7th, 2019. Mythic Legions at Zolocon 2019. In hand for this sale were three characters, which I think were early. They were like they were either early or extras that they had from the Kickstarter for it. But it was Ragna, Phelan, and the Shadow Elf Ranger. Well, he's saying that it's from the upcoming wave, Soul Spiller. So they used to do like early figures. I don't know if they flew them in, but they would have like early, like maybe a case or two of each to do at different shows. And that year, 2019, was when they did this one. And I remember I was there on a Sunday, and Eric was the only one at the table, and I didn't know who he was, but I bought the Shadow Elf Ranger and the the deluxe night builder set, the one with all the parts with the female, and that was kind of like the first taste, and then it was downhill from there. So I found that post this morning, and I was like, oh, that's neat. So that's when it used to be early. It was in early February, the 9th and 10th, and that's how I kind of remember it being more earlier, not closer to March. So yeah, that's all I got on Zolocon. I hope that didn't bore anyone. It was a fun time. It was a fun show. Uh, Sunday went on really well without a hitch. We got everything packed up. It took us a long time to get out of there. We didn't leave the venue until 6, and it just takes a while, the pack up to do it properly. I had to split things with Jesse because Jesse is going to Muskegon on March 16th. And that is a 1-day show in Muskegon, Michigan at the Van Dyke Mortgage Convention Center. There is a Mythic meetup at 7 p.m. at the venue where Peter, the gentleman who runs the event, is asking anyone that's into the Legions to go and hang out and talk and, have a good time. There's going to be a lot of vendors there that aren't just me. The Four Horsemen will be represented with a street team, and Travis is going to run that. Travis Bowles, my wife is going to kill me. His normal booth will also be there with all the toys that he has. Eric Miller's going to be there. Carver Customs. Dusty with his books and his other miscellaneous. If you're still there, Dusty, tell us what you're going to bring besides the coloring books. Gizmo Customs is going to be there with the fountains. There was someone, was it Frank Lear, someone said? There was someone that's going to be there that I didn't include. I don't know if they do paint it. I'm not really sure. If I'm missing someone right now, let me know. I'm kind of fading. Eric, you probably know who else is going to be there. We're going to have, now it was important for me with this event that I didn't want it to be like, for lack of better terms, half-assed. I want it to be full-ass. So I'm sending Jesse. Dump. No, so Jesse's going, and him and Curtis are going to be there, and Jesse has all the goods. He basically took them from. Yeah, Curtis is saying Frank Lear. Do you know what Frank has, Curtis? I don't really know. Let us know. Jesse has all the goods from Solo, so it's gonna be the full boat. I put pictures here of like these are like the drawers. This isn't even all of them, and it's going to be a full representation of like what we had at Zolo too. I'm not shortchanging anything. There's going to be painted, non-painted, plenty of non-painted. I made like overstock of everything, so at the end of Zolo we could move it all up to main stock, and it would be available. So like it's like I knew that if something sold out, so say like the wizard hats that fit on all the wizards, like they sold very well at the show, and I ended up I printed extras for on purpose that we kept under stock, and then we moved them up to main stock. So everything's filled. I sent Jesse more stuff last week, and I'm gonna send him a box on Monday too of even more. So Muskegon's gonna be a full boat show for us. You're not getting cheated. You're gonna have the experience. Yes, Amber, and thankfully he is hitching a ride with Brett, who has got a SUV to accommodate this, and I appreciate that so much. It's going to be an awesome time. Curtis is letting us know that Darla is going to have her capes in limited quantities. So no dios, Curtis, just capes. That's all you're doing, or you're bringing the dios too. Let us know. Yeah, I'm not sure Frank Lira what he. I know the name, I know him, but I don't know like what he is bringing. Yeah, so Muskecon, Steve will be there, and he's going to have a lot of painted goods. Eric's going to have a table of his own with a lot of painted goods. Jesse's going to have painted goods. It's going to be a great show. Really good time in the Midwest. Amber's saying that Frank is bringing painted customs. Thank you, Amber. Do you want a job as show producer? Okay. Well, moving on to what's up. This is the first time that I'm saying this. This is something for anyone that stuck around. I'll say this in the Wolf Den probably tonight, and then I'll do the main like reveal of it on the promotional reveal, so to say, of it on Saturday or maybe even Sunday. So ISS is over, and what does that mean? That means hopefully you guys got a ton of things to make cool stuff with. Like you're like overloaded, and now you need stuff. You need parts to go with those things that you bought. So what better time for Wolfgang Customs to do a replenishing sale for you, but as soon as the ISS is done. So, right, that's going to be done on Sunday, and then take a little rest on Monday, because then there's going to be a nice sale on Tuesday. And I'm going to be dropping, I think the count is up to, I think I'm up to like 10 new parts that are going to be dropped in on Tuesday. A lot of that Zolocon stuff that was not on the website yet. And there's going to be a free shipping code and some kind of discount, probably store-wide code that might be limited to like a day or two. But the free shipping will last for probably like a week or two. I have to iron those details out, but it'll be a really good time to like stock up and replenish. I can see a lot of the activity on the website, and there's a lot of people building carts and getting things maybe ready for a purchase. Some people wait for sales or for free shipping. Well, it's going to happen, and that's going to be on Tuesday. What's Curtis saying? Curtis, you replaced that with like 3 producer jobs since then. So that's what's up. That's going to be dropped. More info on it coming. I wanted to talk for a second about what I watched when I was being a big baby. What did I watch when I was sick? Because what are you going to do? You're going to watch a little more TV. Listen, I'm not saying I was like sitting there on the couch, like doing nothing. I took the time to do some ZBrush work because it's something that I've just really messed with, but it's a program that I realized I needed to like have time behind. Like you have to like work with it. You can't just like play with it, come back a week later, be at the same level. I took time to do some ZBrush work, and I was pretty happy with the project I did. I just pulled it off the printer today. There's a couple little like tiny things I have to change. I'm working on a different project that someone requested right now. Oh, actually, yeah, it did. It started with a request project. I did that. That was mild. Those are cool though. But as far as ZBrush works, it was mild. And then on when after I finished that one, I started a from scratch project, like from a glob of clay, and I really like how it came out, and the print looks decent. I got to fix up a couple things because sometimes the printed like piece tells you more than what you're seeing on screen. But in the meantime, right now I'm on a mid project for someone that requested like something special. So yeah, I got some ZBrush time in, and that's a lot of fun because I really enjoy that. Let's see, Mav's asking, are you doing bundles for certain kits on Tuesday? The bundles that are there will be there. I might add one or two more, but the theory is that let's be honest. If you bought deluxe Legions builders, Mav, you should have bought them or buy them at the ISS. They're freaking cheap as hell. Like you're never gonna get that as cheap again, and probably they'll be gone before there's ever another one. So yeah, I mean they're gonna be there, and if it's on sale, like any sale I do is a store wide, so the deal will be good. But I mean, you want to if you need to get like the builders and stuff, like you're kind of crazy if you don't buy them right from the ISS right now, and that's me, saying that half-heartedly because I have a shop like half filled with builders, but it's all right, it's all good, and no, Mav, I don't really do the bundles. At Muskecon, there might be a bundle or two, but I find that on the website the bundles don't really work. People want to like work out of like their own builds. So like if I do even like a mouse bundle, like a mouse head and feet, and no one would buy it, and then it messes up the whole inventory system because I can't cross skew that in my system. It's kind of like it's like how the sausage made type thing. It might not be like interesting to people, but it's kind of like odd to inventory because then I have to have multiples of the same parts sitting in a drawer, as multiple SKUs because there's feet here, there's feet here. It's something I definitely want to iron out, but it's a little confusing. People didn't really go crazy for bundles, and my thought was always because they just like to mix it up. Like people, like you'd be surprised, like people will just order like, a gnome head and not the gnome parts because maybe they don't like the parts. So it's weird. Um, what Len, you should also have a look at Nomad Sculpt for. I don't have Mark. I don't have iOS on anything. I'm not an Apple guy anywhere, unfortunately. Is that for? Would that be for like an iPad only, or can you run that like on a Mac? Anyway, so I was not just sitting watching TV with my feet up in the air, but I was working on that. But what I did watch, guys, if you're not watching Halo, come on. I know Curtis did his special for Shooting the Shelf, his Wednesday one off with Joe about it. Man, get on this show. Like it's phenomenal. If you don't know shit about the game, I played the game when it came out like years ago on the very first Xbox and I loved it. But if you don't even know anything about the game, it does not matter because it's a great show regardless. Excellent like presentation, excellent storytelling, and I'm a bit picky when it comes to that stuff. The story's phenomenal. It's told so well. The characters are amazing. They build interest and in them, like you really care about what they're doing, who they are. There's a lot of like intrigue where you don't know what's going on, but you're fine with it. Sometimes you feel like you're lost on shows like that where it's like, I don't know what the hell's going on. Like you think you missed something, but you don't get that feel with this because reveals are going to happen. Phenomenal. This new season's awesome. It's like it's brought me back to that wait for the drop again, like the way that Mando did in the early seasons, where you're like, "Is it Thursday? I gotta watch this." Watch it from the beginning, the first season all the way through. Put it to the top of your list. It's phenomenal. The other show that I've been watching, and you see him down there in the corner under my thing, is Resident Alien. I don't know why, but it's on Netflix. Originally, it was on Sci-Fi Channel, and there's 2 seasons of it on Netflix, and it's freaking hilarious. Like it's got that like dry humor that I don't know if it's just me, but I like find it absolutely hilarious. When it's about a guy that basically gets crash lands on Earth, an alien, and he takes the form of a human, and he's just like he's lost, like he doesn't understand the culture, the things, but he does it really well. I don't, Jesse, don't get mad at me. I can't remember his name, but when you look up his IB, he's in everything. Like he played the Imperial like death droid in Rogue One. His voice is everywhere. The dude's voiced everything, and he like it as soon as you hear it, and then you recognize him from other things too. But he does this character so freaking well. Yeah, Curtis Alan Todyik. I don't know how to say that. Tudyk. Man, he is just absolutely phenomenal. He's so funny in this. There's a kid in it, and his interactions with the little kid are like they're freaking, they're absolutely hysterical. They're freaking wonderful. Wholesome Rock saying Steve the Pirate. That sounds super familiar, but I can't remember. Yeah, I heard that, Trevor, that everyone's been saying Shogun is really good. I'm definitely going to have to move on to that. I yeah, I realized he was from Jesse. I realized he was from Firefly later. And I thought he was the Knight's Tale dude. Yes. I thought he was the dude from Knight's Tale. He's just like when you look up his IB down, you're like, holy crap! Like he voiced everything. Like it's insane, but he is just absolutely hysterical in this. Like it's really good, and the characters are really good. It's like a mix of, it's like Northern Exposure. I'm probably dating myself with that. Probably only Trevor knows that. But it's like Northern Exposure, and it meets like this alien crash land thing, and it's really good. I enjoy the humor in it, and I definitely suggest that you guys just give it a chance. I thought it was really funny from the get go. Yeah, Shogun is definitely one I'm going to look at because I've heard nothing but good things. But seriously, guys, Halo, like, don't knock it because you think that like K2SO in Rogue One. Yeah, Kevin, that's it. Like, yeah, and that's like the best part of Rogue One. No offense to anyone. Rogue One's awesome. I love Rogue One, but man, he was phenomenal. Yeah, don't skip on Halo though. Like I'm really like amazed on how good it is. The guy that plays him, he's really good. The actor, like not he just conveys a lot, not through even like even though he's a big brute, he's very you can tell everything that's going on. Great facial expressions, phenomenal. I really enjoy the show. I definitely would move it up on your list. So yeah, I mean that's what's up with that. That's what's been going on with me. I hope everyone else is feeling well. I did get some toys. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna last, guys. I might maybe like 5 minutes. It's been an hour, but I'm all right. I'm getting all. Oh, Jesse, you know Northern Exposure? Yeah, Northern Exposure was great. I love Northern Exposure. It was such a phenomenal. It was a great show. I don't think I finished it to the end, but I love that show. What did I get? I got. I've been opening stuff because I had time to. Um, Shut up, Curtis. Your grandparents probably did watch Northern Exposure. You should have watched it with them. Um, I got Mezco Snake Eyes, and I opened him up, and I wasn't really overly pleased with him. Anyone else get Mezco Snake Eyes? I haven't really talked to too many people that got him, even though I feel like he was probably one of the like highest selling Mezcos for them ever. He's nice, and I think that I got him with a lot of discounts, like with their cash that you get, like for buying. It was one of the first things that you were able to actually like use it on. So he was almost free. Um, and I'm glad he was, because I think if I paid the full boat on this guy, I'd be a little disappointed. Um, he's nice. I right away I noticed I wasn't looking at any early previews or views, or I don't really do that until if it's something I'm getting until after I get it, because I don't want to have like a predisposed like feeling on it. And as soon as I opened them, I was kind of like not enamored by the scuba gear on it, like that scuba almost the neperin like material on his neck. And I was kind of like, well, that's kind of weird. Like, why did they do that? Well, I think that they must have had a problem with figuring out how to do that transition on his neck, because it's really that's where he's like kind of lacking a lot to me. He has like this weird transition going on his neck where it's almost like they didn't know how to do it. Like they didn't want to like wrap the whole thing up like up to his head in fabric. So they were like, well, what can we do to not do that? And I don't know why that would be done. I'm not like a toy maker like to that extent, I guess, to really guess at what they were doing. But I know that neck bothers me. For one, it's pretty loose at this point. So if you don't know Mezco, they are double jointed. They have like a neck that has a joint in the top and bottom. But it's a weird finish, and they like tuck that neperin around there, and it makes it really loose. He doesn't have like a full articulation because of it, and it doesn't like seat really well. And the other issue that I wasn't crazy about is just the way that neck looks. They're not really like fabric folds that they mold it into the plastic. It's almost like veins. It's like whoever sculpted it was like going maybe for fabric. Um, it's odd. I saw Mike Ezekiel with Figure Fix. He found he had a black shamag, which is like a scarf, a tactical scarf that he put on his, and it looked awesome. He said he forgot where he got it from. The one I don't have any black ones. The ones I had gotten from Sean from the Strups were like OD and tan, but that's a good fix. But so that was like my main point that I wasn't really super happy with. Hold on, I got a cough. Sorry. Let me just catch up on the chat to see if anyone else. So I think I saw someone say that J- Jordan saying that Van got him. Um, Zombies asking how Timber is. I'll get into Timber. Timber's okay. Oh, you guys are killing me with your Northern Exposure thing. Eric got charged for his TMNT. Well, I would think you should be getting them soon. I know. What the hell? I got charged for one, and it took like 2 months. I was like, "Why are you?" Oh, it was Gaslight Batman. Took forever. Um, let's see. Jesse saying the timber looks good. Classifieds has several cool snake eyes. Um, so yeah, it's definitely my other issue with him is that he comes with a ton of shit. He comes with like, 15 throwing stars, 10 like throwing daggers, more grenades. He's got magazines that go into each firearm he has. So he has a sidearm here. It's like a SIG Sauer. And then he has like his little knifey holder in the back. And he has a little like dagger that looks like it fell out, hopefully in the box. He comes with his Uzi submachine gun the way he should. They're beautiful sidearms. The Uzi stock goes in and out. The magazine comes in and out. It comes with extra magazines, but there's nowhere to put them. So like usually when Mezco does this, they'll have like a slot. Like you'll have a slot in a mag pouch that you can slide them into. But they didn't do that anywhere on him. He has nowhere on his. Now he has a full kit that you would think he should, but there's nowhere to put it. My other issue is I wasn't a big fan of the fact that that the Uzi doesn't have a strap It doesn't have any kind of like either a single point harness or like just any kind of strap whatsoever. I thought that was odd. I mean, he even has like, magazine holders on his on his thigh, and none of them are like, they don't work. They might as well be a classified figure because you can't do anything with them. It's really weird. The other thing is like, so he has these grenades. They're glued on. Okay, that's fine. But then why give me like 15 more grenades? Like, why not put a post on this harness and a hole in the grenades that I can put the stars on it, or I can swap them out and put their grenades on it, or I can like maybe put a pouch that'll slip like the throwing knives on it. He comes with his butterfly swords, like the version, I don't know if it's 3 or 4 has, and there's nowhere to put them. Like, so he's got all this gear and there's nowhere to put it. That's a turnoff for me. I don't like that. The other thing was that Timber is nice. Timber comes with 3 heads, I think. The one on him plus 2 more. And Snake Eyes comes with 1, the one on him. That's weird to me. Now, you might ask, well, what other head would you need? Well, even Hasbro on that deluxe Snake Eyes kit gave you like 3 heads. Like, give me the classic Commando head, or give me like your version of it. Like, like, I don't know. Timber's okay. I feel like Timber might be a little big. I don't have him out right now. He was out like for a while on my desk, but I put him away. He's, for a dog, he might be over articulated because it might be showing a little much. It's nice. It's not like, oh my god, this is the best dog I've ever seen. But it's a nice version of Timber. I don't like hate it. Kev, I'm only 2 years older than you, and I still watched Northern Exposure. So I don't know. Maybe I was watching reruns. I don't know. Anyway, that's my feeling. My other problem is that he comes with two. He comes with two scabbard holders that, like, because he comes with 2 different versions of his sword. He has this classic version 2 that is like that more ornate, not true like ninja sword, and he comes with a ninja sword, and each one has a different scabbard. There was a clip on the back that you can put either scabbard into, and the clip, like, I think was supposed to be glued, and it wasn't glued because it came right off. So I'll have to glue that. I see that Storm Shadow is charging now, and I did not pre-order him because I wanted to kind of wait. And I got to be honest, I don't think I'm going to be getting any more Joes from Mezco. I think Hasbro might have filled my need for Joes right now. Right now I need Halo, and apparently Thousand Toys has one. So I talked to some people about getting one in trading, so that's exciting. Yeah, so that's Snake Eyes. I wasn't gonna like. Is he nice? Yeah. If you love Snake Eyes and you can get him for like under 100, I would say get him because there's nothing like horrible about him. He's definitely fun. He's got a little more. I like the cloth pants. I like the look. I will probably maybe mess with him and Diabolic and Blade to see if I can make him a little more of what I want. And that's what's up with him. The other thing I got was this big guy here, Beast Man. Oh, God. I can't even lift him. Mondo Beast Man, which I know you guys have seen talked about a lot. This is a thing. This is a thing. This guy's amazing. Just a beautifully done, beautifully painted, beautifully sculpted like creature. I've seen some people that had like some paint issues with the eyes on certain heads, and I get that. I mean, shit happens, and I know I've heard that that Mondo is good, that they'll take care of you. The smell, do you want to talk about the smelly smell? Yeah, he smelled. He had a polyvinyl smell, like vinyl, like to me, like when you open something large that's vinyl. I think it's, like he's massive. He was in a shipping container, wrapped up in an outer box with an inner box with plastics and double plastics. And I'm sure it sucked in a lot. It held in a lot of that smell. I saw some people say that it was because of the contact cement that they used to keep his fur on. But whatever it is, it went away in a day on mine. I did have to heat the shit out of him, meaning I like actually put him on my wood burning stove for like a good day. And once I did, I still had to wrestle him like I was like wrestling a chicken bone out of my dog's mouth, because he is a beast. But once you get him moving, he does a lot of posing and he's awesome. I'm like, I can't even tell you how happy I am with him as far as toys go. He's amazing. So I don't know what the market, I don't know what that was. I don't know what the market's like now on him, but I would say if you're into Beastman or you're into like the Mondo, like don't hesitate on him. I am so regretful now that I passed up on Orko. I shouldn't have done that. If anyone has a lead on someone that got an extra Orko, let me know. That was dumb. I should have just, I went to pre-order them because someone said something like finally in a show I was listening to, and I was like, shit, and of course it was the day after he went off of pre-order, and I'm like, ugh. And I also want to show you my Wang. So my buddy John hooked me up with this Wang. He gave me his Wang. This is the Blade Master Wang by who the hell is this again? I don't know. 5K Toys, 10,000 Toys, Joy Toys. I don't know. He's cool. He's grown on me. At first, I wasn't too taken with him, but he's pretty neat. I think the quality is there. I really wanted him to like get a feel for what the like quality is of this manufacturer, and it's nice. I mean, it's not like anything insane, but I think if anyone ordered this, they wouldn't be like pissed off that they spent X amount of dollars on him. Like whatever, I think he's $100 is the normal retail on him. I know there was a Black Friday deal on him. Not so much my cup of tea, the sculpting, the look, like the artistic style, but I think he's fun. I can't get the hands off to save my life. They're very on there. It's missing like a bunch of points of Fure. Thank you, Curtis. Fure. It's missing some points of articulation that were like kind of like surprised that they're not there. Like the articulation in his hands just don't work because the sculpt is over sculpting over top of how they should work. And there's no thigh swivel. And there was some other, Curtis, I told you, I forget what it was. He doesn't rotate at the knee either, but there was another point of articulation that doesn't work because, the double jointed elbows. Like they don't have to be double jointed in any way because of the bicep. Like it won't move past that anyway. So it doesn't have that. They're really, I don't know what the need was to put that extra point that could break on it. And that's that. I thought he was neat. Got tail. And this was a late open for me because I only opened her up this week. And it was Majarba Bajaramba. And man, this is my sleeper. All right. So I always love to find a sleeper. This is a sleeper figure because she's awesome. Like, this is a beautiful figure outside the box, like just sculpting, thinking, absolutely gorgeous. Like the hands are cool. The head's cool. It's so cool. You can swap out the heads, the tail, her taily swally thing. I mean, I'm preaching to the choir here because you guys know this is cool, but like, I was really like, I was saving her to open, but man, she's awesome. Like, this is a fabulously done figure by the Horseman, and I really think she's cool. So very happy with her. And the Stinky Stink, it was there. It smelled like burnt plastic, so it was way different than Beastman. Instead of the polyvinyl smell, it had more of like a burnt plastic smell, and I assume that's going to be because it was this brand new translucent plastic. And it literally was gone in like a couple hours. Like it just didn't even like, factor in. Like I literally opened and sniffed it in the box because I wanted to see what the big deal was. I smelt it and then I let her just sit and it was fine. I thought the same thing, Jesse. Like I actually would like to dye her, use the dye more with black and see what she looks like if I dye all those translucent parts black. I thought that was I thought that would be fun. Just reading the chat here, folks. Yeah, Curtis, I also took the rubber off my wang because that cape was kind of like not super high quality. It reminded me of the older like Lord of the Rings and Spawn stuff. Yeah, Jesse, you want to dye mine? The problem is the last time I dyed, I thought my wife was going to kick me out because it smells so strong in the kitchen. I'm going to wait for like the summer and I'm going to do it outside, like on the grill or like on the, I have one of those propane banjo pots. I've heard Dennis say that he uses a crock pot, which is great if you can do that. I mean, I'll just leave one out in like the freaking garage and like anytime I want to dye something, throw it in there. There was some other things I wanted to try to dye, but she would be interesting, I think, to see what would happen. Yeah, so that's it. I mean, there were other things that I opened. I opened all Epoxis, but that's not new. The Brutes are cool. I like them a lot. The Genie's just as awesome as everyone says it is. Go get that before it's gone. Yeah, I mean, that's about it. That's what's been going on. Hoping I feel better this weekend so I can just keep going as far as getting the sale ready. And I hope you guys go to MesquiCon and see Jesse and Curtis and Steve and have a good time. But that's about it. Anything else? No, we're good. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for coming and letting me chat to you. I'm sorry if I make you feel horrible because I sound horrible. I was trying to get back on schedule because of Legion's cast. I didn't want to have to double up next week. So that's why I kind of like pushed through today to do this. Legion's cast is going to be awesome next week. Emil, if he didn't already, should be announcing what the plan is for that. And it's not tiers, but it's going to be fun. So be on the lookout for that post because you can interact prior to it by sending me messages, or no, by commenting. And I'm kind of like producer Curtis on that gig now, and I enjoy it. So definitely stop on by to Legion's Cast next Thursday. Tune into Odd World, some call it Off World, tonight. Curtis and the boys take on Choose Your Own Adventure. And I loved those as a kid. I love Choose Your Own Adventure. That's a good time. And then on Shooting the Shelf on Sunday is, I don't freaking know. Curtis, what the hell's on Shooting the Shelf on Sunday? Thank you everyone for the well wishes. I really appreciate that. I'm like looking at the thing here because I didn't know if I gave my shouts properly yet. Producer Curtis will get mad if I don't do all the shouts. Anyway, watch Shooting the Shelf on Sunday because they're gonna have good shit. Watch Purple Gang Gang on Saturday night because they're gonna have good stuff. Those guys always have good things. Oh, David is saying that at 10 p.m. Eastern time they're doing Legion's chat. That's the one that Colin does, right? Where you guys get together and chat. So that's super cool. Don't miss that. I think Colin does a post on that and how you can get involved. Oh, that's right. Ed Nice, Ed and Tony from Toy Locos, are on Shooting the Shelf on Sunday. John, you guys just dropped an episode, right? Like I thought I saw Malcolm putting stuff up. So definitely check it out. Check out the new podcast, The Mythic Enablers. A bunch of really pretty men do that, and Noah. Yeah, Toy Locos. So yeah, that's it, fellas. Thank you, guys and girls. Thank you, everyone that came and spent time.
Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me.